Hey everybody, welcome back to Hour 3 of Roleplay Blades. We're having a good old-fashioned skirmish and gunfight at Salia's house, which is not on fire, thanks to Miss Cataby. Even with one die in shooting ability, she's able to keep that from happening. So what's the next set of moves here? You guys out front are like pretty much locked into this skirmish with these dudes, unless someone can take control of the situation in some other way. They're coming at you. They're swinging. You're kind of mixed up in the melee with them. Marcus, did you want to do something different, or what?
I mean, I basically have this guy in the back, and then I know they're out front.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I need to take another shot at this guy.
Do it.
So you can do that and roll your hunt again. Since you have him pinned, if you want to, if you're better at up close combat, I don't know if you are, you could.
That's like skirmish, right?
That's skirmish.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stay the fuck away.
Okay. I was going to say, you have the opportunity to rush him.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I'll just roll. You have him pinned. I think. Try to think of a devil's bargain here. The obvious one, I think, is for you to maneuver to get a better shot on him to get your bonus die, instead of continuing to just pin him down and be stalemated. You like give him an opportunity to get up and move so that you have a clean shot on him. So like you give up your suppression in exchange for a bonus die to attack him.
Or I just take a shot, and because I have 0 in hunt, I basically roll 2 dice and take the lowest, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to make the shot for this time.
Okay.
Controlled standard?
Yeah, he has no way to threaten you right now, so you're still controlled.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oof.
All right.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
Let me choose your complication here. What are we going to do? I'm going to say, so normally uncontrolled on a miss here, it's because you're in a controlled position, you have an opportunity. You're not being pressed by the enemy. So you fail, but if you want, you can press on and try to do what you were doing by seizing a risky opportunity, like getting closer to him, or withdraw and try a different approach. Like, okay, I tried to shoot this guy, shooting isn't working, I'm going to try something else. Or you can be like, no, I really want to shoot this guy. I'm going to rush in and go for a risky follow-up shot. But if you abandon it, nothing bad happens to you, but you basically give up on shooting him, and he's going to be free to run off or do whatever.
Okay. I'm not going to push. I'll just let him get away.
Okay. Yeah, so you move to try to get a better shot, and he sort of jukes you. He like moves to one side of the window for you to open up, and then he ducks and runs out of the alley, or towards the back of the house, rather, not out front. You hear his footsteps running back around towards the back door of the house.
Right. Towards where the skirmish is happening, yes?
The skirmish is out front.
Oh, so he was running around to the back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I actually thought we were at the back. Okay. That was just through another window. And where is Salia in all this?
She's been on the stairs. She's kind of like not really participating for maybe deniability later. Like, oh, I wasn't even home, or,
Right.
But she's there ready to fight. Like if they come in, she's ready to fight by your side, but she's not getting involved directly yet. She's kind of just like, ugh.
So is there a first floor window to the street?
Yeah. There's like a bay window.
And can I see the back door from there?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to get in a position where I can cover the back door then.
Yeah, that's no problem. You can run back to the kitchen and have a clear shot out into the back alley.
Okay.
Yeah, when you get back there, you hear this guy like running, and he's climbing over something out in the alleyway. You hear like noises like that's going on, and you can see out the back kitchen window someone has dragged this big like piece of metal, like tin roof or something, with a beam attached to it. It's a piece of like debris from an old house maybe, and they've tossed it back across the back door to like pin it shut. So that's what's keeping the back door closed. But you can see out the window into the alleyway there.
Okay. But I know the immediate threat is that if they've pinned it, no one is going to necessarily come in.
Yeah, they would have to move that out of the way.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not sure if this happens the same move or whatever, but with that being said, I just want to at least warn the folks outside with a yell, like there's, there may be more coming from the back.
Okay. Myra, like Salia's friend, she ran out when you were doing this, and she comes back. She has a rifle now. She's tucked her pistol in her belt. She has like a double-barreled, like hunting shotgun, and she clips it closed and comes and stands with you by the door and is like, "Okay, let's do this."
Great.
Yeah, and you guys out front are just fighting. It's a melee. Everyone's fighting everybody. So you're switching targets. There's wild swings, and they're not trying to accomplish anything exactly. They're not trying to get past you or grab you and carry you off or anything. They're just like trying to. It seems like, I guess they are kind of trying to kill you. Yeah, they don't seem to be pulling their punches or anything.
Okay.
Can you ping on the map one more time where we are?
Yeah. You are in 6 Towers about, let's see, the canal turns there. You are here. Across from that park.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, so you guys are skirmishing unless you want to do something different.
No.
Got skirmish rolls to make.
No, I'm right where I belong, baby.
All right. Do you want to fight together? Like somebody leads and you fight as a pair, like a group action, or do you want to fight individually? And
yeah, no, I signal to Careless to get on all fours behind the guy I'm fighting, so I
can. You take out a cream pie.
Yeah.
I think since it's the two of us in the middle of a melee, it's more like if a guy's going to bludgeon his back, I'd chop at him type of thing. So should I just make a skirmish then?
Yeah, you guys are both going to roll then. Someone will lead.
I'll lead.
Wants to take the stress. And so it's going to be...
Do it.
It's risky and standard effect because of your quality of your weapons.
Well, I've been elevated to great, isn't it? For me.
You pushed yourself last time. You can push yourself again if you want.
You have to push each time?
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, I'll just do standard, I guess.
But does he get an extra? Never mind.
4.
I was gonna say, does he get an extra dice for me helping? Like me being like a friend is helping you with this.
We're both making the roll, and I just take the stress for failures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you guys both get the best result, whatever the best result is.
Okay. Risky and standard.
Risky standard. Yep.
5 6s, but
all right. Yeah. It's the skirmish then. You guys trade licks essentially. Like we see this quick fight scene of swords flashing and railing hooks crashing, and you're blocking and hitting each other, and it's a even back and forth with no clear winner here, which means standard for them. Keep track of them as a unit. Which is 2 ticks on their clock, essentially. And they do harm back. They do level 2 harm back to you guys. Sword cuts and bludgeoning is what that would be. So you can take level 2 harm, or you can resist it with a resistance roll.
Well, we'll both resist, obviously, but I'm also tough as nails, so it's 1 less than that.
You still take the level 2, but it counts as a level 1. Yeah, the penalty is lower.
Mm-hmm. And we have armor, I guess, and stuff, right?
Yeah, yep. If you want to take your armor, that'll knock it down to level 1.
So it's level 1, and then we try to resist.
Sure. If you want to use your armor, yep, that's fine.
So we are doing harm to them as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. And I'm sorry. Resisting is.
It'll be prowess. You click your prowess attribute, and it'll roll it for you.
Okay.
I don't crit, but I get a 6.
Boom. 0 stress. Nice. And 2. That's 2 stress for you, Zeke.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not decisive. Like they don't do anything super harmful to you guys, and you inflict. You stab them, you punch them, you fight them. But unlike the first thing where you cut the dude's hand off and he's out of the battle, like no one gets taken out during this exchange. It's like this even exchange of violence. There is in the distance. There's a faint whistle sounding like a bluecoat's whistle. But you're deep in 6 towers where the patrols aren't super heavy. Somebody must have like run off when the shooting started and tried to grab someone, but it's pretty far away. They're not going to get here anytime soon.
Okay, I'm vaguely aware of it over the din of the battle.
Yeah. Miss Cataby stopped shooting, so you can hear it a little better. Speaking of Miss Cataby, as the action outside continues, you once again, you see this dude clamber over whatever is blocking the other side of the alleyway. He scrabbles down. Myra has doused the kitchen lights, and she crouches down by the table with her shotgun. You can barely see this dude. It's really dark out there, but he fumbles around in his bandolier again and comes out with another vial which glints in the light, and you see his flint and steel come out, and you see him lighting it up again, lighting up another firebomb.
All right. I will attempt to hit him again.
Myra's gonna fire as well. If you want, you can lead a group action with her. I'll throw her. She has 2 dice of shooting, so if you want her dice on your side, you can you can coordinate with her.
Sure.
So is shooting a gun always hunt?
In this case, it is. Yeah, if you're in a skirmish, like if you're in melee and you're trying to use your pistol in that situation, then it would be skirmish instead.
So she hit, but I should still roll.
She got a 5. Yeah, if you get a 6, then that 6 counts for both of you. So
okay, I'm gonna.
Do they act as
control?
cohorts with my leadership thing?
No, she doesn't. Yeah, she's just she can. You could potentially get her as a cohort, but in this case, no.
Okay, we haven't yet though.
Yeah, not yet.
I rolled a 3.
All right, you still get her partial. It's still controlled. This guy can't even really barely make you out inside the kitchen. So you can do it. I think I think reduced effect makes sense here. So you she blasts with the shotgun and misses him. He drops the vial at his feet, and the oil spills on the ground in front of him. And then you fire and hit him. Let's say it through the hand, I think. And he drops the flint and steel on the thing, and it sparks, and this wall of fire jumps up in front of him. And you hear him go, "Ah, damn it!" And he falls backwards against the backside of the alley, and this curtain of fire erupts in between you and him, and he's choking and whacking at his coat to keep it from lighting. He's flailing around the ground, not out of the action, but
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Well, that's good.
Yeah, nice. Okay, back outside. These guys are not giving up. They are not motivated to stop at this point.
Nice.
The guy with the bailing hook sort of switches positions with the other guy, and he tries to hit Aldo with the ball mace part under the jaw.
Ow.
And he seems to be trying to drive you. You guys are big and tough. You just traded licks, and they didn't really hurt you. So it looks like he wants to carry you off the edge and like plunge you into the canal, and maybe drown you there or something. Maybe that's where he has the advantage as a sailor. So that's what he's trying to do.
Okay.
And Careless, like they're
turn
just
tables on him and make good of my promise to stick that in his keister.
That's right.
Are you describing? You want us to do a group action again?
It's up to you guys how you want to fight. That's a good way to go. But
I'll do single this time. I'll go after that guy, I guess.
Okay. So you're facing
Risky still?
Yep.
Which guy?
Still risky. Still standard.
6.
Ho ho ho.
Which guy are you going for?
The guy that's trying to claw you.
Oh, okay. Risky, standard. All right. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Yeah.
6.
Okay. Good. That's more like 4 dice. You should get at least 1 6, right?
Nice. So this is all one-sided fights. You get them and they don't get you. Tell me how you want that to go down.
So I think that I see like Careless, like this guy is coming at me, and I know from fighting with him that he sees that Careless sees an advantage. So basically, I'm gonna try and avoid this guy, like sidestep him, so Careless can have an opening.
Mm-hmm.
Like move, like have his head turned to look at me, so he's not looking Careless, and then I'll jump at the next guy who's the next closest guy, and like jump like on him and try to like a bear, like just overpower him with weight and force, and then just fucking pummel him on the ground.
Yeah, you like pin his sword arm across his chest. Because he's not ready for you. He doesn't have the point in your direction. So you pin his sword to him as you kind of bear hug him and bear down on him. And he's not able to cut you as you pound away on him. And then, this guy's open for whatever Careless does. It's not a killing blow, but like a significant attack.
It's just a flurry of slashes and cuts. Then, like, he went for a decisive attack. So in that moment, I just, shred him, death by 1,000 cuts, a whole bunch.
Nice. Yeah, I think at the end of that flurry, his coat is in tatters and like falling off onto the pavement, and he staggers and catches himself on one of those big stone canal posts, and is bleeding all over it. And he rights himself and sort of uses the bailing hook to hook the side of it and pull himself back upright, and he's panting there, just cut to ribbons.
Nice.
He has a look in his eye like he doesn't want to stop. Miss Cataby, do you want to follow up on this dude in the alley, or do you have something else you want to do?
I mean, so
she reloads her shotgun while you're appraising the situation.
yeah, why don't I have her cover the front window for them? And actually, no, let's just go check the back with this guy.
Okay. You want to you shut out the kitchen window essentially, so you can easily go up to it or whatever you want to do.
Right. And is there a shot from there?
Yeah, the fire it leaps up. The fire oil bomb kind of goes up in this very bright kind of not white phosphorus, but it's this immediately big impact to catch stuff on fire, and then it dwindles down to this little burning puddle of oil in the alley. And you can see he's scrambled around. He's trying to lever the thing off the door, the big piece of sheet metal that's there.
So he's trying to get in.
He's trying to turn it so it's between you and him. It's like blocking the alleyway. So he would have access to the back door, but you wouldn't be able to shoot him. He kind of wants to just turn the whole thing sideways so he has cover from you continuing to shoot at him while he comes in the back. That's what he's trying to do.
Can I instruct the guard to shoot through the door?
Oh, wait till he gets around and blast through the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, I would train him through the window to get him to do that.
Yeah. That sounds like a perfect group action. You're like setting her up for success to blast him. So, yeah, let's do that. I'll roll for her, and you can roll your. Actually, this isn't necessarily hunt here. You're like keeping his attention, right? You're keeping him focused on you. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, basically.
I think you can roll sway for that. You're good at that.
All right. Let's do that.
And someone's attention is Miss Cataby's specialty, I think. Wow, I did not roll well. I got a 3.
Oh, Jesus.
Cataby.
Oh, man.
It was like we weren't coordinated. I'm like, I think I have his attention. I'm like, fire. And she makes a shot, and it literally is all deflected by the metal blockade, or what?
Say, like, you lose the opportunity here. Like, you think you've got his attention, and he moves, and she blasts and blows the door apart, but he's not there yet. He hasn't made it around the side. So the door pieces crash down on the floor, and he steps into the kitchen and, like, goes to backhand Myra and draw a gun and just come in fighting, So you're in it. You're in the mix with him now.
Okay.
Outside, either the fight continues. If they have their way, they're going to come at you again and try to take you out.
Yeah, I think I'll isolate the leader and kind of go after him to try and. The idea here is win a duel of sorts, and then convince them that they're better off not pursuing this goal.
If you want to, and I know you do, Jeff, if you want to make a desperate roll instead of a risky roll,
Yes,
you can maneuver yourself out of the general melee and just like try to isolate this dude.
Yes,
what you want. It's riskier, obviously, because you're kind of
desperate. Great effect
and standard, but you can win what you're going for. You can try to like have a moment to cross swords with him and do what you need to do.
Okay. No bonus dice. Zeke, how are you doing on stress?
4 out of 7 or 4 out of 9.
Yeah,
4 out of 9.
Is it 1 out of him to help me?
Yeah. And
can I convince you for a help? Like you grab a guy and push him aside, or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll take the 1 bonus dice because this is important.
It makes sense. In a sense, you're leaving Aldo to fight the rest of them, so he's like helping you by default.
I didn't crit. I got 5.
Yeah, the mini crit, 2 5s. Okay, let's roll your skirmish to Aldo, and then we'll like resolve the whole thing in one picture.
Roll 6s, lots of them.
And you're still risky standard, Aldo, unless you do something different.
No, I'm fine. What I want to do is I want to, since I'm kind of fighting all of them, I want to disarm the guy with the weapon, the big long weapon.
Okay.
The ball hook. What's it called?
It's like a bailing hook, but he's modified it to be this weird mace version of it.
Okay. I'm going to try and take that away from him, and then use that to crush and bleed and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely more eloquent than I put it.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So what, risky still?
Yeah, still risky.
Okay, risky. Standard or?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And let's see. Do you got a bargain for me? I just want to hear it if you got one.
Do I? I mean, yeah. How do I put this?
I really want to crit. I really do want to crit.
I think if you want to be a total badass, like, I give you a bonus die for disarm here. If you like just catch the end, like of the thing, it just like hits you in the hand.
Okay.
And you chunk, and you just take it and rip it out of the guy's grasp because you're like, fuck you, I don't care. You can hook me.
Okay.
So it'd be a bonus die in exchange for harm. Like we call it level 1 harm. Like
Okay.
pierced hand.
Okay. I can
But
do
you
that.
you can't resist that for the devil's bargain. You gotta just take it. You
No,
gotta
I know.
take
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right.
So I'll write it down right now.
Yeah.
Down.
I'll give you a bonus die for that. You just
Pierce.
up it out. You're like chunk.
And. Yep. Okay. Get my bonus dice. Come on. 2 6s. That's all I ever want is 2 6s. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, not even 1 6. God damn it. Fuck.
Well,
2 1s though.
dice aren't friendly tonight.
Yeah.
5 dice and no 6s. Ugh.
Guys
10
both
dice.
get complications on your rolls here.
Oh shit, yeah, 10 dice. No, nothing. Well, okay, I do it. I get the hook in my hand.
You guys both succeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Careless wins free of the skirmish and gets this guy at cross swords to make his move. However, with a desperate roll, he suffers severe harm in the exchange, which we'll say what that is. And same thing with you, Zeke. Like you get the hook in your hand and you're able to rip the weapon out and toss it into the canal. So this guy's utterly disarmed.
Oh no! I wanted to keep the weapon for myself.
Sorry. Yeah, my bad. You wanted to keep it. Yeah.
Okay.
You have it now.
Okay, good.
But the other dude, the sword guy, during the exchange, he gets in a good blow with his sword, catches you across the rib cage and back, a long gash. So
Just me?
No. So although you're taking level 2 harm from your risky move and success, sword cut to back.
Okay, I will be resisting it.
And Careless, you're taking severe harm as you win free of the skirmish here. One guy slashes and cuts you, and then the dude you're crossing swords with, he's a good fighter, and he parries and posts and stabs you through sort of the gut.
Potentially.
Level 3 harm, gut stabbed. Yes, you may resist that if you wish.
So hold on. If I
so-
resist it, what happens if since I already rolled my resist roll? I rolled a 5.
That'll knock it down to level 1 harm instead of
Okay, and 1 stress.
Yep.
And he was cutting my back, or wait, what?
Yeah, you could just say I could still be cut on the back as level harm. But that you've taken 2 level 1 harms now, so if you take
Yes, I
another one, it automatically becomes level 2.
Right.
It builds. Yeah.
Even if I resist
so my
it
arm-
6.
No, if you actually take the harm, it would bounce up.
So my armor knocks down to 2, right?
You already used your armor.
Oh, you only get 1 use?
If you guys have your sword and your armor, if you came here heavy loaded, you could have heavy armor and your weapon. I think that's probably not the case. I don't think you're walking around Brightstone with your heavy load. So
I guess not.
Yeah.
So just resist with prowess then?
Yeah, that can knock it down to level 2 instead. Nice. 0 stress. So you take
0 stress,
level 2
knock
sword.
down to 2, but my ability also drops it down 1, doesn't it?
You write it down as a level 2 harm, but it only affects you as if it was level 1 because of your ability. If that makes sense. It still counts as level 2 injury, but you don't take out die penalty for having it, is what I mean.
So what, I've taken a level 2 and a level 1? Is that what's happening here?
You're taking a level 2 right now. That's what's happening.
And I took nothing the one before, I guess?
Right, because you used your armor and resisted it. So yeah, you took nothing before.
Okay. Did you mark it, or what do I mark? Because I have just
I
the
didn't-
2 on the progress thing?
On your character sheet, there's where it says harm in the level 2. You can just write here. I'll do it to show. Sword stab. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. So, but you guys succeeded. So, Zeke, you're lashing out with your newfound weapon, right? And yep. You won free of the skirmish to cross swords with this dude, and now you're doing a thing, right? Jeff,
What's that?
what do you do now that you've got this guy locked up with you? Free of
I mean, I isolate him. I'm like holding the gash or wherever I was cut, but I still have my sword at the side, and I'm not sure how you want to handle this mechanically, but the idea is I'm going to try to either through intimidation of the fight or something, but convince him that, like I said, they're better off backing off.
Yeah, it sounds like command. Now, if you want to, Zeke, you're in position to either like assist by being violent to help Careless in the general effort. That would cost you a stress, or you could use this attack, your follow-up move that you're doing here, as like a setup action for Careless to improve his effect. Maybe when he's saying like, "Hey, back down! You don't want to mess with us." Maybe you do something to bring that point home more strongly for this dude, or you can just fight the guy. That it's up to you what you want to do, but I think you have the opportunity to set Careless up if you want to.
Do I roll? Do I roll net for that?
Yeah. You'd roll a new action for that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the risk here. You already got your success to just like harm this dude with his own weapon. But if you want that to have an impact on what Careless is doing, then you can make another skirmish roll to help him. But you don't have to. You can just let it play out the way it's already going.
What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I think you could set it up. That'd be cool.
Okay. How would I do that?
I would think it would. I mean, if John's cool, it's like a particularly intimidating attack or something like that, where
that would work. Yeah,
becomes pretty obvious that we have the upper hand.
Okay. I will do that then. I will. No, I'm going to roll another skirmish for this.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. I will try. I want to do the not to be trifled with one more time.
Okay.
So I have a better chance of actually like taking one guy completely out, like use the superhuman force, like kind of a thing.
Yeah. Improve your effect to great and like wreck some guy real bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jeff, Chad has reminded us. Thank you, Chad. Assassin's rigging. You guys have assassin's rigging, which means you could be wearing your heavy armor. So we should drop your harm to level 1. It's actually level 1 harm.
Okay.
Thank you, Chad. I always forget about their rigging.
We were going out to get Miss Academy.
Does that mean I can ignore that one of my level 1 harms?
Yeah, if you want to tick your heavy armor as well, Zeke, then you can drop that one. Yep.
I took the pierced hand on my own, but the cut on the back, like.
Yeah, you can use up your heavy armor and absorb that.
Perfect.
Yay, assassin's rigging.
All right. So I will do not to be trifled with. It means I'm pushing myself, which means I really, really need this to work because I'm almost stressed the fuck out. But hey, pushing yourself is fun.
It's a win-win, right? You're going to obliterate one of their dudes and improve Jeff's effect. So,
as long as I fucking succeed. All right. So it's risky.
Yeah.
Great effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1 bonus dice. Come on, 5 dice. Let's get at least 1 6 this time. How about just 1? That's all I want. I don't care about 2. I just want 1. Here we go. Hey, there we go.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. So how do you take this guy out with your new weapon, Aldo?
Okay. So it's I took the hook went through my hand, so took it out of his hand, and what I'm thinking is that I just flip it around, and then bring it down so fucking hard that you can hear for at least like 100 feet in any direction. You can hear his fucking femur just like getting destroyed. Just and it just goes like you cracked celery, just and he just crumples.
Yep. I don't think he even like it cries out in pain. He just goes completely out from the shock and crumples down. And it's bad, right? Like his femoral artery is probably severed, and he's gone. He's a total goner. And in that moment, this dude sees that over careless shoulder, like and you commend him.
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. Desperate or what?
Yeah, it is desperate. But you have great effect. So
excellent.
You have a chance here, but I think the real risk is that he just doesn't. Well, there you go. that he doesn't listen to you and he just fights back, but he does.
I think there's like are about. Oh, you already went. You're going. Okay.
So I think like I'm like holding the wound or whatever, but it's not quite as bad. And I pull my hand away and it's not bleeding that much, and I just kind of rinse my hand out a little bit. And behind me is the red misting of the guy that Aldo's just finishing off. And I'm like, now this can go two ways. We can continue, and I will be talking with your head later tonight in my home. It'll be detached from your body. Or you and the rest of your friends can carry on away from this place and kind of forget that you tried to come here to kill one of our friends. And if that should go that way, there is a chance we could have business dealings later in life with your head still attached to your shoulders.
He's going to reply, but I think it'll be funnier if we cut back during this moment of cessation of violence. We cut back to the kitchen, and this guy is like flailing with Miss Academy and Myra, and they're just going for it. And he's like, bam! He fires his pistol. They have not stopped fighting. Yeah, Miss Academy, are you? So he's coming through the door. Myra is stepping up to, bludgeon him with the butt of her shotgun. Are you participating in that fight, or are you doing something else?
What I'd really like to do is I would really like to get his attention so that she can take another shot.
Yeah, you want to like set her up for victory?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, whatever I would need to roll to do that, even if it's like a yell or I'm the one off to the side as he comes in the room to try to,
I think a lot of actions would make sense here. You could yeah, I mean it's almost your choice practically. You're distracting him somehow or sway makes sense, but it could be finesse, could be prowl, something athletic would be prowl.
Okay.
So
sway is the one that makes the most sense for me.
I think so. I think you're like, it's less about a combat thing and more about drawing his attention, keeping him focused on you. So yeah.
Okay.
Sway away.
A 4. Solid 4.
Do it with a complication. Oh no, it was controlled. Okay, so that's right. Sorry, I forgot. I'm gonna say you end up in a risky position. Assuming this guy doesn't get taken out here, you put yourself in harm's way to draw his attention.
Okay.
So he comes through. He ducks under Myra's shotgun and like knocks her back against the kitchen counter. And then you draw his attention. He locks eyes with you, and he unloads his spent cartridge, reloads his firearm, and comes walking across the room with his gun pointed at you. And Myra gets off the counter behind him and goes for it, and tries to get him.
She's shooting, right?
I think she's just cracking him with the butt of the shotgun. I don't think she's going to stop and reload. I think she's just going to hit him.
Okay.
But since she's an NPC and she doesn't have a position, I'm just going to give her a bonus die for your distraction.
Okay, well, I'm going to also give her foresight.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to give her another dice to make sure that she fucking clubs this guy.
Dope. Okay. Yeah. So the spider can like you've planned for this in some way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess just to kind of go along with the sway roll, like, I think the planning is literally in the fact that I've missed the last 2 shots that I've needed to make, and so the plan is that I need her to make the attack because I cannot.
Right. Yeah. This isn't something that you just like did spontaneously. Like there maybe there's even in the TV
From
show
the first. Yeah.
Yeah,
From the
like,
very first action, it was all like to get to this point.
yeah, it all led up to this. This is how you planned it in your Sherlock Holmes vision.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. All right. I will roll for her. 46 for her. Oof, man, just cannot get a 6 here. So yeah, so she cracks him over the back of the head. He stumbles and falls to his knees and fires his gun at Miss Cataby, which is level 2 harm to you, Miss Cataby. Or you can resist that, or use your armor. I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that I was re-equipped here. So yeah, I would use one of my armors.
Okay, so I'll knock it down to level 1 harm, and you can take it or resist it. Up to you.
I'm actually, yeah, I'll resist it.
Okay.
What is my what's the
prowess?
What do I click to resist?
You click your just the word prowess.
Oh, got it. Thank you. 4.
Okay. So 2 stress and you avoid it. So I think the foresight probably carries you through here. Like it hits off your armor. You're standing in the place that you intended to be. So even though it went badly, he discharges the gun right into the armor under your shirt, and we see the metal show where the bullet hits. And it's like, not quite the way I planned it, but close.
Close. Almost. Yeah.
And he's down on the ground now, like clutching his head. His gun's empty. You and Myra are standing over him. He's in a real bad spot. Like he can keep fighting technically if he wants to, but you're kind of on top of him.
Do we have any insight as to what's happening outside at this point?
I don't think so. No. Yeah. The guy outside's about to give his response, but if you want to like try to finish this guy off, you're in a position to do that.
I'm gonna finish this guy off. Yeah, if I can. Like yeah. He tried to burn down the fucking
like
house.
your gun is always loaded. You don't need to bother with that. So you're right there, just in his face. If you want to.
Yeah. Yes, I wish to do that.
Okay. I will roll for your lovely assistant.
Okay.
You can roll your skirmish or hunt, either one here. He's not really fighting, but you are at close range with him, so either one is fine.
Okay. Well, I'll keep going with these hunt rolls then.
And it's still controlled.
Okay.
She got a 5.
Oh, nice. I'll take it 4.
Got a 4. Okay, you both succeeded. Yeah, you blast him, and he doesn't die. You shoot him. He like tries to defend himself. He knocks the gun. You shoot him kind of through the lower stomach, and he falls up against the kitchen counter and is bleeding and grimacing and holding his side. And he's like, okay. God, And there's a pause. And we cut to outside. The leader of the doctors here sees what's happened, sees what Aldo just did. Careless is in his face, giving him this ultimatum. He disengages roughly. He sort of like pushes you back so he can make space, So you're not going to instantly stab him or something. and he throws his. It's not like his prized possession weapon. It's just some crappy sword. He throws it on the ground, and looks at his guy who's clearly not going to make it. The other guy who's wrapped the end of his coat around his missing hand. And the third guy who's like ready to go fight Aldo. He's like, all right. That's enough then. But this isn't over. They want Rune, and they want Margette, and they're not going to stop. If it's not me and mine, there'll be someone else coming for you next. He spits on the ground, and he goes over and helps the missing guy up off his feet, and they go to leave if you let
Well,
them.
as they're kind of like collecting themselves,
Yeah.
I just kind of call after him. Is it Bear then? Is Bear the they in this situation?
Sorry, Jeff, you kind of broke up for me there. Can you say that again?
He asked if it's Bear.
Yeah, he would. Yeah. He turns and he's like, yeah, it's Bear.
He kind of gives one of those like not bad looks and says, well, all right, make sure and do check your messages because I do anticipate fairly soon Bear will no longer have that desire.
Did they picked up the guy's leg that I crushed, right?
They're just leaving him there to die. Like he's a total goner. Yeah.
Good.
They can't do anything for him.
Perfect.
He steps back, like the other guys are sort of hobbling away, and he comes back not within reach, but a little ways. No, I don't think so. You give up those two in exchange for your lives. That's the deal. Anything else, you're done for. You come after Bear or mine, or you don't give them up. You're as good as dead. That's how it is.
I've got a question for you. How long have you been with this crew?
Born and bred. My father's before me.
All right. I was just seeing if there was any way maybe you could be swayed to help us out. Seem like good fighters.
Fuck you. He turns on his
As
heel
he says that, I kind
to
of
walk away.
I look at Aldo and I say, Aldo, I'm going to say something to him. It's probably best you avert your eyes. And then I kind of turn back to him and I like look over his shoulder at his gang.
I know this gag.
And
Here we go.
I say to them, if you gentlemen could please pay close attention, when a man threatens me or mine, I tend to have a little bit of a reaction. And then I kind of refocus on him, and my eyes start pouring out black tendril smoke. And it just goes right to his face.
Yep. Aldo, do you avert your gaze as instructed?
Oh fuck yeah, I know this gig.
I thought so.
No, like when he says that, when I hear like what's happening, I like he says avert your eyes. I very slowly and deliberately just go. And I look up, and I talk to the guy who's like broken leg on the ground, and he's unconscious. I just talk about, oh, lovely day we're having, isn't it?
Yeah. He's breathing shallowly and turning pale and dying. All right, Jeff. So you take 3 stress. You activate your thought tendrils of your goddess into their brains. You currently have 1 trauma, yes?
Yep.
So what does that do to them?
It is the Let me read this. Glorious visage. You may extend the thought tendrils of the god from your own mind to those around you, granting them a vision of its formless form. This is a psychic attack which inflicts 3 stress on you and has an effect determined by your trauma level. At 1, all those who can see you must look away and leave your presence or be paralyzed with dread. So I think that's the description of it, but like what it looks like in the scene is, and you can tell me what their reaction is, but I'm pouring this out into their direction like a just like it's a focused smoke just going all over them, but very oily tendril, not like gaseous smoke, but just like a very spiritual, I guess. And then my voice changes as far as whoever's being affected by it is concerned. So I'm kind of like stalking forward after him, like towards him, and my voice just sounds very different. And he's just like, "I am from she who slays in the dark, and if you cross me, you cross my god. I'm going to just like," it's just like typical doomsday fire and brimstone, like just fear fuck talk.
Yeah, nice.
Crushing you would be like killing a fly. Devouring your bones is no problem. Just like the world is shaking and shit.
Did that 3 stress take you into trauma by chance, or
no?
Not?
I'm one.
I was gonna say if it did, I would let you like say you had 2 trauma for this effect if you wanted, but yeah, that's okay.
Oh, okay. No, not yet.
Just for future reference, I think if you cross the threshold when you use the power, we'll let you use your new trauma for the effect, because that's just cooler. But
so how this power works is it's more powerful the more trauma the person using it has.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's awesome.
You gotta do this, brother.
At level 3, I can kill a man, or 3 or 4. If you can operate at 4, I guess, right?
Yeah. When you have this ability,
you retire after 4. So at level 4, I can focus, like, because they all actually tier, so they all do this as the base. The next one is I cause harm. The third one is I cause more severe harm, and the fourth one is I can focus on one person and kill them. It inflicts fatal damage, but
Crazy.
I'm level 4 trauma at that point too.
Yeah, it's a short-lived ability usually.
Well, yeah, and also you have to take 3 stress every time you use it.
Yeah. So I think, like, obviously this is having the desired effect on them here and now. Like, they are getting the fuck out of here. But on top of that, like, you're piling on. You're now you've changed from like, we don't have to kill each other here, get out of here, to like, no, you do not want to honor your alliance with the Foghounds. You want to forget about us and never come after us again, and blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. So if you want to make a new command roll, I think you've earned it with your power here.
Okay.
And you can try. It's controlled. They are leaving regardless. They're not going to turn and fight you or something. But it's like standard effect. But if you can hit this as they leave, I'm gonna reconsider their future actions. That's a success. Okay. So yeah, it's you have this effect on them as they're leaving. I'm gonna make a note of it so we don't forget. Dockers shit their pants.
The stories will be told.
Versus careless. All right. Yeah, I'll probably make some fortune rolls for them to see, because you're gonna lose your neutral status with the Dockers, right? Based on this encounter. They could be like, fuck those guys, we're going to war, we're gonna drop bodies, fuck the last word. Or they could be like, they're a bit of a problem, but nah, maybe.
Is it worth it?
Maybe it's not really worth it. So yeah, instead of just immediately dropping you to -3 over this, I'll let this psychic attack have some impact on how that plays out.
See how they handle it.
Yeah. They're gonna tell stories when they go back. They're not gonna be like, wow, those guys are good fighters. They're gonna be like, okay, first of all, black smoke shot out of this dude's eyes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure it did. Yeah.
Do they like scuttle off then? Is that how it looks?
Yeah, they go from being like tough and composed to they can feel they're either going to be paralyzed and helpless here, or they have to actually like run the fuck away from you, and that's what they do. They're just like fuck, and the two that are really injured kind of hobble away, but the leader guy outpaces them. He just runs right past them and keeps going around the corner. Yeah, they're gone.
I think you can just see the back of Careless like watching them run away, and then there's like a stiffening, and he kind of straightens up, and he turns back, and I guess it's just Aldo there because the rest are in the house or whatever. He says, "Well, we should collect Miss Cataby and get back. I am quite stressed out. I think I'll need a breather fairly soon. I exerted myself today."
You might have to teach me how to do that someday. That sounds it seems
Says,
pretty
glad
effective.
you asked.
Yeah, you go back in the house. I've got something I need to do first.
Sure thing. He like just walks past them, goes in the house, check on the others.
Okay.
Sorry, Zeke. Before you do that,
Right.
when Careless comes back in, what have you done with this dude? Did you and Myra kill him, or is he still there?
No, I mean, I think that we've secured his weapon, and obviously,
How vicious?
there's
are you?
what's that?
How vicious are you, Miss Cataby?
I mean, I think I've already actually been the early levels of Miss Cataby vicious at this point. So I think there's more or less like not knowing the situation outside. This could be a hostage, right? Like I don't think I would hastily just kill him. So I'm more or less proud of the fact that we've incapacitated this guy. So when Careless comes in, I'm like, a friend dropped by.
A
This
friend
guy's-
dropped by?
He's bleeding on the floor. He's like, enough. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You made your point.
I wasn't sure how it was going out there, so I thought we might want to keep him handy for a bit.
Miss Cataby, always thinking ahead. That's one of the reasons that we appreciate and respect you so much. You're a fantastic asset. The rest of his friends have fled. There were a couple that were missing parts of their bodies. Aldo is out there doing something I can only assume is a mercy killing. Now, I believe the same can be said for you. I don't think that this will catch back at us. Do you have an important uncle or father figure of some sort? Is there any reason to keep you alive, is I guess what I'm asking.
He sort of looks at himself like he's clearly like a docker, he's got the look. He wasn't some guy that they hired, he's worked the docks his whole life. You can tell he's got the big calluses on his palms and the weather beaten face. And he's like, I can walk away right now. Fair's fair, fight's a fight. That's all it has to be. You don't want more trouble from mine.
Careless is like, he looks at it. Isn't his legs shot out or something like that?
He's like shot in the side of his stomach, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think as we kind of fade away from the scene, Careless is just chuckling and says, "Oh, friend, you won't be walking anywhere, but you're right about something. We don't want to be really worried about your kind in the future." And then he just cuts his head clean off, if you'll allow it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to commercial on that on that sword swipe. I think that's a perfect moment. Shing. We'll go to our last break, and we'll come back to find out what Aldo does outside. Stay tuned. See you soon.